This is Hell in a Cell. The cell is a massive roofed steel cage that is designed to lock two wrestlers inside of it and make sure they queue and escape until one person is tapped out or been forced to submit. This is one of the most brutal and dangerous matches in WWE history. There are no disqualifications, and there's no escape. It all goes down tonight. Welcome back, everyone. I'm here to talk about the Hell in a Cell match taking place later tonight between Drew McIntyre and Karrion Kross. But before we get to the preview, we have some breaking news coming out of last night's episode of SmackDown. As many of you know, both Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn were absent from Friday night SmackDown due to their commitments on the set of the new season of the Shield documentary on Peacock. During the main event segment, where the Usos were supposed to team up with Roman Reigns to take on Shinsuke Nakamura, Rick Buggs, and Braun Strowman, we got an update from Kayla Braxton, who told the audience that Roman had suffered an apparent injury on set and would be unable to compete. Shortly after, Paul Heyman came out by himself and informed the audience that not only was Roman injured and unable to compete, but he also suffered a legitimate concussion. This obviously led to a lot of speculation and concern from fans wondering if this was part of the storyline or if Roman actually got hurt. Well, according to reports, this is indeed 100% legit. Our thoughts are with Roman, and we hope for a swift recovery. With Roman now being written off TV for at least a few weeks due to the concussion, this will likely lead to a face turn for Sami Zayn. The Shield documentary was meant to showcase the reunion of the Shield and a celebration of their careers together. However, with Roman being unable to compete and presumably out of action for a few weeks, this looks like a perfect opportunity to turn on his cousin and finally align himself with the Usos and possibly even The Rock. Either way, this should be very interesting to see how this plays out in the coming weeks. So I really hope Roman makes a swift recovery. So now, with the breaking ball, the Hell in a Cell match happening tonight. This match is one of the most brutal, dangerous, and exciting matches in WWE, and we re-in for a treat tonight, with Drew and Karrion going toe-to-toe inside the structure. There are so many reasons why this match is one of my favorites in WWE. First, the stipulation of the match itself. If you're booked in a Hell in a Cell match, you're in for a night that you'll never forget. The cell is a massive roofed steel cage that towers over the ring, trapping both competitors inside until one person has either tapped out or been forced to submit. Inside the cell, there are no disqualifications and no countouts. If you tap out, you lose. If you submit, you lose. If you get pinned, you lose. Oh, and did I mention that it's also surrounded by thumbtacks? Yeah, getting trapped inside the Hell in a Cell means you've re-gone. Nah, get your ass kicked and nobody is coming to save you. This is the perfect environment for ending personal rivalries, because this isn't a regular steel cage match. No, sir, this is different. The cell is brought into the arena in pieces and built around the ring. Once the cell is built, it's too tall for anyone to escape through. The only way to exit the cell is through the door, and the door is locked from the outside. The only way to exit the cell once it's locked is when the referee unlocks the door. As mentioned earlier, there are no disqualifications inside the cell, which means that anything goes. Weapons are allowed, cheating is allowed, and there are no rules. Anything to win the match is fair game. That includes eye gouging, biting, hair pulling, low blows, high blows, super kicks, chokes, pile drivers, thumbtacks, tables, ladders, and chairs. You name it, you can use it inside the Hell in a Cell. The cell is designed to be the ultimate weapon itself, though. All four sides are surrounded by razor wire, and the top of the cell is covered in thumbtacks. The entire structure is literally covered in tacks. I mean, look at it. It's absolutely insane. Even if you manage to escape the cell somehow, whether it's climbing over it or escaping through the door, you won't get far because you'll be met with a wall of thumbtacks. It doesn't matter if you're refacing the most hated heel in WWE or the biggest face in the company. If you're trapped inside the Hell in a Cell, there's only one outcome that matters. You will get your ass kicked. If you don't kick ass yourself, you'll lose the match. Now, with that said, let's talk about tonight's matchup. This is a rematch from NXT TakeOver 36, where Karrion Kross defeated Drew McIntyre to win the NXT Championship. This was an incredible match, but it was pretty controversial since technically Kross' music played during the match, and he used that distraction to hit the cross-colored glass and pick up the win. Now, the result has been a personal mission for Drew to get back at Kross and reclaim the NXT Championship. After the match, Drew attacked Kross and made it clear that this feud was far from over. In fact, it's personal. Cross then went on to defend his championship against Johnny Gargano in a 2 out of 3 falls match at Halloween Havoc, where Cross retained the title. After the match, Cross and his wife Scarlett walked away, only to be attacked by Drew. Drew destroyed Cross and made it very clear that their match at TakeOver was not over. It looks like that match is happening tonight. I think this match is going to be awesome. The guys are incredibly powerful and explosive, and I'm looking forward to seeing them go toe-to-toe inside the cell. Also, what better way to settle a score than inside the cell? It's going to be a brawl, pure and simple. Here are my predictions for the match. First, I think this match is going to be a hard-hitting affair. Both guys are powerhouses, and I expect them to throw everything they have at each other. I also think that this match will be very personal and violent. Remember, the cell has no rules and there are no disqualifications. So I wouldn't be surprised if this match goes outside the cell and involves weapons. In fact, I'm almost positive this match will go outside the cell now. I also think that this match will probably end with someone escaping the cell. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to be Drew or Karrion, but I do think that someone will escape the cell and cost the other guy the match. Now, here's where I think things get interesting. Now, remember, the cell is surrounded by thumbtacks. Now, I think the person that escapes the cell will do so by climbing over the top and escaping through the roof. Now, I'm not saying it'll be easy, but I think one of the competitors will climb to the top of the cell, jump, and flip over the top and land on the thumbtacks. They'll then proceed to crawl across the thumbtacks to escape the cell. Now, the other competitor will try to stop them, but they'll fail, and the person who escaped the cell will win the match. So with that said, who do you think is going to win tonight's Hell in a Cell match? Let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. Until next time, see you all later.